Stitches and Sundries. This is a cross-stitch podcast where we talk about all fun stitchy stuff.
Stitchy.
Yep. I'm Lauren.
I'm Devyn.
You can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching.
You can find me on Instagram as Devyn_no-loose-ends.
Yay.
And I'm posting now, so
yes.
there's like pictures to look at. There's like a break basically from February to October. And then there was one picture.
There's one picture in between of a puppy dog.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a big break. But,
no. But you're doing good.
I posted a few. But anyway.
This isn't
about my Instagram.
No. Well, sort of. Sort of it is. We are a cross-stitching podcast, as I said.
Yes.
And we have fun projects. I have 2 finishes that I had no plans on doing until after our last episode.
2 finishes that are both new starts.
Yeah, just like, and I worked on nothing else. So it's a good
problem to have.
Yeah, good problem to have.
I have 2 updates on things you guys have seen before, and I have cross-stitch acquisitions, which I haven't had in a long day.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
I did participate over the Thanksgiving holiday. There were a few stitchers who posted patterns for sale, so I bought from one of my favorites, and I'll show you guys later.
Yes, yeah, I did not do any like Black Friday or Cyber Monday shopping at all. I am not smart. I didn't time things well, and I just didn't do it.
So what I found was purely by accident because I was making an Instagram post and I happened to see it and I'm like, okay, I'll go do this because I love the one designer that I bought from.
Yes. Yeah,
I've done 3 things by her now.
Yeah, she's really awesome.
Yeah.
So other than that, not much going on. Work has been kicking my ass.
What about your holiday trip?
I did have a really nice Friendsgiving with everybody. It was super great to see everybody and be in person.
How's the drive?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
They came from Texas here, and then you guys went from here to Delaware.
Yeah, so the last time we filmed, they were literally on their way here, and they had driven from Texas to Jackson, Tennessee, and then from Jackson, Tennessee up here, which is 10 hours each day.
Oh, God.
And they were supposed to arrive at like 9 p.m. and they did not arrive until after midnight, which was a nightmare in and of itself. They, like, at points I was texting, I'm like, stop. Just find a place in West Virginia and stop. Like, you are, like, it is, like, obviously you're tired. No, they just push through. They're dumb. They switch shifts, but like when 2 exhausted people are switching between each other, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But so they made it, and they were like, "We can't do that going back. We're gonna have to make it a 3-stop thing." It was just too long to drive.
I didn't realize it was so far. I mean, I've never driven. I don't think I've been west of the Mississippi River.
In total, it is 27 hours.
Oh my God, that sounds like barf.
But the first, they did do it technically in 3 because they drove to Dallas, Texas, where they had like family and stayed there the first night. And
that's not far enough.
But that's not far enough to make it an actual 3.
Yeah.
So in total, it's like 27 hours or something ridiculous. But our drive to Delaware was nothing.
Like 3 hours, 4 hours?
It is 4 hours. And 4. We went, we hit
it's
traffic.
It's shorter to get to Delaware than it is to Ocean City.
I know.
And that's still in the state.
Maryland's so freaking windy.
Yeah.
So we were like, we left at just the right time. We did not hit traffic. We were traveling the day of Thanksgiving, so I thought maybe people would be on the roads, but they really weren't. And then we're driving, and I said to Sarah at some point, like, we were just on the other side of Baltimore, and the beltway around Baltimore is a little funny. Like, it's wide, but people stay really close, and so you've got to like be on it. We got to the other side of the beltway, and I looked at Sarah and I said, "This has been, I think, the best drive. Like, we have hit."
I have heard that driving on Christmas Day and on Thanksgiving Day, on the day of the holiday, is not as bad.
Yeah, it was not bad. I was like, it was like, at no point did
Christmas
my like
Eve,
life flash in front of my
eyes.
Yeah, no point did my life flash in front of my eyes. Nothing.
So did you all ride together? Or?
No, we took 2 separate cars. because they have a horse that they call a dog, and we couldn't fit everybody plus the dog in my car. So as I'm saying, like, wow, this has been a really great drive. Like, we've kept moving. There's never been a delay or anything. Like, perfect driving. Our friends text Sarah and are like, oh my God, David, her husband, is going to kill. Apparently nobody in Maryland can drive. He's cursed more than I've ever heard him in my life. And I'm like, well, he just doesn't know how to do it, obviously.
Yeah, it's not the state, it's him.
It's not that every Maryland driver is the worst.
I don't know. Baltimore drivers are bad.
Yeah.
If he got in that, they are bad.
Yeah. So, and then we came home like 2 nights later, and again, just like nailed it, like no problems. But then I feel so bad. I was like, why didn't you guys just leave the dog and ride with us? Because on their way back, they had to stop to go to the restroom, and I didn't think to say, hey, when you stop, look for like a Love's or like a larger kind of truck stop, because one, it is literally, I think it was the night of Black Friday. 2, like, there's a lot of exits around Baltimore, and maybe if you guys live near big cities, you might know this. There's a lot of exits that are like business exits. So if the businesses are closed, there's no reason for the gas stations and stuff to be open. Because there's nobody living there that would use them. So if the businesses close at 4, the gas stations might stay open till 7, but really they're not all night. Right? And we're coming back at like 10. And I didn't think to say like every Exxon you see is not going to be like reality. And so like they got down in and they just kept going from store to store to store trying to find an open bathroom, and like everything was closed. And I was like, and Sarah was like, where are they? Like, why would everything be closed? And I was like, I bet they're in one of those business districts that like, it's not even just like strip malls. It's like, law firms and shit that they're not open. Yeah. So why would any of the stores and stuff that service them be open?
Right.
And so I was like, I bet they're down in that. And so then they got lost down in one. They didn't get back to like 1 a.m. I'm like, meanwhile, we're back at like 10:30. We were home like perfectly.
Well, the other problem is for the first like chunk of Maryland, I don't know how you guys went, but for the first chunk, there's like nowhere to stop.
Yeah.
Because we're very rural here. You go past Cumberland and it like the places to stop get very spread out and thin. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of exits that don't even have gas stations.
Yeah.
And you can be, from here to like, we always go to Moorefield, West Virginia, which is the other way, but when we go that way, there is nothing. Yeah. There is nothing to stop at.
Well, like, between Cumberland and Hagerstown, there's really nothing. There's like one gas station. And if you don't know that and you're like, we'll fill up on the way, suddenly you're like, wait, where we go? Like,
where's the way?
Yeah, where's the way? Or if you're like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, it was so. I felt bad. I was like, I didn't.
Did they enjoy the trip?
They did. We had a really great time, and it was really great to see people that I had not seen like in person.
Never met in person.
Time. Nope, it was really good.
That's awesome.
And we're already planning our next one. So
awesome.
So that was nice. How about you?
I had 2 Thanksgivings to go to. I went to my big family gets together, and all my cousins are pretty young. And they are just now to the age where board games are fun.
Oh, yes.
And I had started the tradition that on Thanksgiving I always take a bag of board games over to play with them. And so this year was one of the best times I've ever had, because now like the youngest is old enough to play. So everybody gets to play. Nobody feels left out.
Yeah.
We did that Thanksgiving Day. We got at the house at 12. We didn't leave until 9 p.m. Nice. Just playing board games all day.
That is awesome.
I didn't even get to socialize with any adults. I played board games with the kids all day. We played Pandemic, Marvel Legends. Sorry, I say Legacy and I don't know. We played something else. We played 3 games. But the Marvel game went the longest. And I had one of your epic draw card runs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. By the time I was done, I had 32 cards. Of just draw a card.
That's
because I built a deck of all of the techs. And it was like, if you have 2 techs, if you have a tech, you get to draw a card. Draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. And it was like, oh my god, it was amazing. So it was really fun to play with the kids. And that's then awesome. The other Thanksgiving was just kind of, like nice to see people, but nothing really like exciting or fun happened. Yeah. Jason's family is a lot more like normal.
just more sedate.
Just more like, we get together, we talk and catch up, and we have dinner, and then we go our separate ways. Yeah. Except for at the end, his brother-in-law, he's a hunter, and he showed me his latest deer skull and traumatized me. Oh my god. And he like held it up like this to me, and I'm like, no! It was terrible. Like, ugh. So that happened. But other than that, it's now Christmas party season. So my schedule is now insane because apparently everybody wants to do Christmas parties. I don't know. I feel like it was never that big of a deal, but now I guess because COVID, and I know COVID's not over, but I guess because of it, people are like, well, let's have a lot of parties. So now there's like party. And
I'm kind of surprised at that because where we live is like not through it yet. Like we're really not through it.
We're really not.
We're morons.
It's really bad here.
Anyway.
But anyway, this is the Flosstube episode, and we have cross-stitchy stuff to talk about too. So what you got, Lauren?
So I got 2 finishes.
Yeah, you should show yours first.
I'll show one. I'll show one and you show one.
Okay.
So this one is, I remember talking in our last episode that I had a Secret Santa at work, and you said, do you really want to stitch something for them, like spend your time? And I was like, no.
You picked out this massive, it would have been like an 8x10 stitch.
It was like 4x4. It wasn't terrible.
It was massive.
It wasn't terrible.
It would have been massive.
But I did go to our local stitchy store, which is the Four Seasons Stitchery, and for other things, and saw this little guy, and so I had to finish it up. So here it is.
It's a Mill Hill kit. It's really cute.
It is really cute. It is called...
See if we can cover our faces so it focuses on it.
There it goes. So this is called I Love Coffee.
It's really cute with the beads. I love it.
And it is just a Mill Hill kit. It's from their I Love series. And I like the little sun charm on the bottom there. It's so cute.
Really cute.
And this took 2 evenings to finish. I finished it up with felt on the back. So
that's a really soft felt, by the way.
Yeah, it's super felt. And it's just a little ornament. I thought I like to give something handmade. I'm apparently the only one going hardcore on this Secret Santa thing, so I figured I just keep going hardcore, like all gas, no brakes, like
nobody else is doing it.
So I had it's a saga. I had bad instructions. So when I first signed up, I'm new at the company, and I thought this will be a fun way to meet people in other departments. And so when I first signed up, I filled out my little you fill out a little form of what's your hobbies, what's your interests, what's your favorite X, Y's, and Z's, right? And I filled out mine, I turned it in, and then when I was turning it in, I asked the girl that was running it, I was like, so do we have we're not having a Christmas party this year because of COVID, but is the Christmas party when you exchange things? And she was like, oh, no. You're supposed to give a bunch of little gifts, and then the last week you give a big gift. Or if you do it was supposed to be a bunch of little gifts and then a big gift. That was what I was explaining. And I was like, oh, okay. That's a really interesting way to do it.
My sister's done that at Garrett College. She works there, and that's how they do their Christmas stuff. It's not something I haven't,
haven't heard of. And so I was like, that's a cool way to do it. Because even on the questionnaire, some of the stuff was what's your favorite gum? What's your favorite, drink? What's your favorite coffee? That kind of stuff. Yeah. And then they ask if you could have a $5 gift card from somewhere, a $10 or $20. So you could kind of get a range of prices and everything.
Yeah, it really sounds like they covered the interest.
Yeah. And so I everything lined up. those instructions of it's supposed to be a bunch of little gifts and then a big gift were only given to me. And they were given to me like instructions, not as a, well, I mean, it's your preference. Like, if you feel like doing it as, you know, and I'm thinking, it wasn't in the email. So I thought she told me because everybody else participating has been at the company.
Yeah, everybody else knew.
Everybody else knew. And I'm the only one doing it that way. So I have been like every week giving a little gift. And I was like week 3 or something, and I hadn't gotten anything. And I was like, hey, isn't this how it's supposed to work? And not that I like need a ton of stuff, but I was just like confused. And she's like, oh, well, it's everybody does it however they feel. And I'm like,
well, that doesn't make sense.
That is not what I was told. So, but now I'm like, everybody's going to be so jealous that they weren't my Secret Santa. So I'll just make that my reward.
There you go.
So,
well, maybe because you didn't get little gifts, maybe they'll do a nice basket.
Maybe. I don't know. So
we'll have to see.
That's my little gift. It's super cute. Coffee was one of her, like, can't live withouts. Like, was like coffee. So I got her one of my little gifts was a sample coffee from a local roaster in Pittsburgh. And it was their holiday blend. It smelled so good. So this will just be a little thing on the top. That. So yeah. That was fun.
That's cute. So this is a wedding stitch.
Bum, bum, bum.
This is Sister's Heart cross stitch pattern by Mother Bee Designs. And I am using a Weeks Dye Works thread. It is Island Breeze. And I lost the game of yarn or thread chicken, not yarn chicken. So I had only bought one little like skein of the Island Breeze thread. And as you can see, I have this is the whole word Sisters, and there's a big curl here. And I think there's one little offshoot in here.
It wasn't so much yarn chicken as like yarn ran out several miles ago.
Yeah, so it was kind of sad because I was really hopeful because I felt like I got so far, and I was like, maybe, but no. But it's a really cute stitch, and this is just something I'm either going to use as a table centerpiece for the reception area, or I might just gift it to my sister as a wedding. I don't know. She's in the bridal party. I think you give gifts for those people, so this might be one of her gifts.
It's very pretty.
It is very pretty. I love the blue. It's so pretty. The tealy blue.
Yeah.
And this is just on 14 count aida, so it's pretty easy. I probably if I were to do this again, I would go up a stitch count on the fabric to get it a little smaller, because this seems pretty. Yeah, like go to 18 or something. It's pretty large. Yeah, I would go to 18, maybe even like 20 something.
Yeah. Just
to get it a little smaller, but I think she'll enjoy it, so it is just a cute little thing I'm working on.
That's very cute. I love it.
And it's a paid pattern on Etsy. I think it was like $3 or something.
Yep.
So not too bad.
What do you got? My next one is another finish. This one is called Esoteric Mushrooms.
I love
it. By V Stitchcraft.
I went and I saved those patterns. I really love the mushroom.
I saw her on. It's also you might find it under like Mushrooms and Flowers and Suns or something like that.
Let's see this.
And
so cute.
While we had friends over,
it's got little French knots.
Oh yeah, the French knots. Not fun.
These little like little. I don't know if you can see from the side if there's the texture.
Yeah, the little like dots are like raised, and on some of the mushrooms, they're little dots on the mushrooms are raised.
Even down here, like this guy.
Yeah, those little things are raised.
That's really cute.
So while we had friends in, I wanted a small project to take to travel with, because I figured, I'll have that done by the end of the week, which it was not unreasonable to do. So I had my friends help me pick the fabric, and they picked this. It's called Cameo Peach. I don't see it as peach. Nobody sees it as peach, so it's not just me. But it's more like a cream. It's like
It's just barely not white.
It's just an off
this is bright white, obviously, so you can kind of see.
Yeah, you can see that there's definitely a shade to it.
Yeah,
and it's just enough to like make us. I think it was a really good choice, and I did it with all the called for threads. I love these like olives and yellows and browns.
Those are
like
nice colors.
Just makes you happy. I just finished it in. This is a faux wood hoop from Amazon. I had a set of 3. Fits perfectly.
I have those hoops. That's what I stitch with every day.
Yeah, they're really good.
I don't have any
I just laced the back. I didn't even bother backing it. I think I will, where we're going to hang it, I have a place in my downstairs hallway that has like butterfly pictures and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to hang it there. And where I hang it, like you hang it by this.
The back gets in the way.
Not too bad, but the hook, I use command hooks, is like really ugly and obvious. So I'm thinking about putting like a burlap bow or something to just hide the hook because it's an ugly ass hook.
Well, that'll be nice.
So that's it finished.
Maybe you could find like a mustard yellow bow.
That would be good. Yeah. I love this. I will definitely be doing more mushroom stitching in the future. Every time I see a mushroom, I'm about it. And
they're so cute.
Yeah, super good. Love it.
So
just me. I'm done.
I have one more update. You guys have seen this many times now.
Oh, but it's ongoing.
This is the Cryptid Stitch by Witchy Stitcher. And I worked on the jackalope this week. Just the jackalope. Last week I had a ton of progress on this. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, maybe over the holiday I'll get so much updated.
I thought the same thing. I didn't touch
it. Nothing. I did a ton of knitting. So in our fiber episode, you'll see my updates there. But I did not get to the back stitching for the jackalope. I didn't even look at it to see what stitching it had. But I did do the corners. I did all the detail around his antlers. And I just have the bottom border here to finish him off.
Yeah.
I ran out of time one evening. I was just stitching on this all evening. So
no, that's the bottom of the piece, right? Like there's just some border that goes around.
Well, it's the thick chunky border.
It's the thick
so the bottom has more of this border. But this is the last cryptid, so there's just border after this.
Yeah. That's so cool. Look at that. I am loving how it pops on this like green fabric.
Yeah, I really like it. And the one thing I keep thinking about this, and I've talked about this in one of our other episodes, is somebody else who's stitching this was...
Stitch your ends.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not falling apart. They're just there. But somebody else who was stitching this was smart enough to say, I want these to be little ornaments. And I kind of wish that I would have been smart enough to stitch them each as an ornament instead of on the fabric like this. Because I think that I would love to have these all as an ornament for a Halloween tree.
That would be great. Yep.
And maybe I'll cut it up one day.
Yeah. Why not?
I could be ballsy.
Why not?
I mean, I haven't finished the border. Just throw away the border and cut them out.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to glue them. There'd be a lot of glue.
But that's okay.
But I don't want to do that yet. I'm probably going to finish the whole piece as it is and maybe think about being brave and cutting them up.
I love it.
But it's really cute. Oh, and like the little flower has like a little like center dot and stuff. It's cute.
It's very cute. She definitely walks that line of cute and creepy very well.
Yeah. The jackalope is really cute. I don't know. What's your favorite so far?
So far?
I have to say Frogman.
I have to say Frogman. Frogman is a really great cryptid in general. Like, I like his little story and everything. Sarah says Mothman, of course, because that's her thing.
Yeah, she's obsessed.
I also like the Nightcrawlers.
The dancing pants.
The dancing pants. Gotta love some dancing pants. So, yeah.
It's
a super cute project.
No, that's not everything I have. I have acquisitions. Yes. I did some shopping. Not much, but one of my favorite designers, Punachka. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but that's how I say it.
I think that's how you say it.
I have stitched 3 things of hers, and most recently, in our last episode, I had finished Sweet Life, which is her pattern, and I loved it. I loved another thing I did by her that was like a poinsettia that was a Christmas decoration. And I just love her work. So I always look at her patterns whenever I get on Etsy. And I was getting on Instagram the other day and I saw she's having a sale.
Important.
So I got on there and I bought 4 of her patterns. Lauren's going to show them here on her phone.
I have them on my phone. So the first one is mushroom umbrellas.
I can't see.
Organizing it. Yeah,
That's good.
there you go. So
Mushroom umbrellas. They're really
super
cute.
cute. We're feeling the mushrooms lately.
Yeah, I bought 2 mushrooms. I bought this pattern is snowflakes and buttons that Lauren's going to show.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought that so that I could do each snowflake individually and make little Christmas ornaments out of
Yes,
them.
I love that. I love that idea.
And then I loved this. This is what was this one called?
Spring tulip mandala.
Spring tulips.
And it's again kind of like ornament size, maybe
It's
a little
very
bigger.
cute pink floral
Let me see if I can get it in
mandala.
there to see that there's beading on it too.
All of her
Love it.
work has beading. I'm pretty
Love
sure
it.
everything is beaded.
And then the last one
Lauren
I love.
loves.
I do love.
This is, how do you say that? Amanita?
Amanita.
Amanita Witch.
Amanita Witch. Look
And
at
that is so cute. I've had that pattern on my wish list for a while.
Yeah, very
It's
cute.
super cute. But this designer, she does a really good job at like cutesy stuff that's nice and detailed with beading.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I like is she has a lot of stuff that like might qualify as like that rustic farmhouse,
Mm-hmm.
but her style is a lot less rustic
Yeah.
than some other stitches.
Well, I've
that I've
noticed
seen.
like her stuff always seems very like saturated. Like her
Mhm.
colors are deep and rich. Like she doesn't like do the faded like
Yeah.
you know, when you think of that farmhouse, you think of everything being a little washed out.
Yeah,
And she's a little more bold, and I like that.
I
a
like
lot.
it too. Yeah. And she's not as like, sometimes the farmhouse stuff it can be like really basic, and I really like how I love the Amanita Witch and the mandala. It's so cute.
Yeah,
I've never
very
stitched
cool.
a mandala. That's like your
Yeah,
thing.
I need to get that thing back out.
Well, you've done like a bunch of them now, or you have a bunch of patterns.
Oh, I
now.
have a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of like more abstract stuff. So
Yeah.
I love that.
Your samplers and stuff.
I have
That
I have one
is.
little bit of acquisitions.
Oh yeah.
I have one little tiny thing that I was buying Christmas presents and had to get this little guy. He was sitting in my cart, and well, it's already in the cart. You gotta buy
It's
it.
already there.
So this is by the Craft Brewery,
Oh,
and
so
it's a little needle minder,
That's
a little
cute.
murderous mushroom.
Mega mushroom.
He
I
is
don't
very
know what
cute.
that voice was.
He is very obviously an enamel pin. Like you can see there that the pin like was like not put on. Enamel pin that was turned into a needle minder. So it is not the strongest magnet in the world because the magnet on the back is doing all the work. There's no magnet here
in
the thing itself. But it still works really nicely.
It's cute.
I used it to stitch my mushies. So it was great.
Mushrooms with your mushies.
Yep. Little poisonous mushrooms. Look at that little... I can't tell if that's a little smirk on his face as he comes to stab you.
Oh,
That
I think
feels-
it's a murder smirk.
Yeah. So that's really great.
We back.
And it came with... I'm a big fan of stickers. It came with a sticker.
Oh, you got a
I
sticker.
know. We went to the... there's a artist village near us that does a Christmas village
Mm-hmm.
event, and I went with Ruth last night, and it was super fun. And I got a Maryland sticker from a shop that kind of reminds me
That's
of my
really cute.
Maryland thing I stitched, so I got that, and then I got these cool earrings.
Those earrings are really pretty.
So I was pleased.
I like the big and small sized beads on them.
I know, and then like people have said, oh, it's like constellations, and somebody else was like, are those supposed to be like river stones in a river? And I was
I don't know.
They look great. Either
It's
way.
just pretty.
Oh.
So that's
yeah.
really cute.
So that's everything.
That's everything I have.
Not a. I feel like we accomplished a lot, but I slept almost every evening this last week. Like last week, I was like, I'm going to get some stuff
Well, you
done.
had a week off and you came back to all the work.
I came back to all the work and the chaos, and I was like,
Yeah, not much happens after a vacation week.
No, I needed a vacation.
And you always think you're going to have time during a holiday break, but then you forget that the holiday is like family busy time.
Yeah.
Friend busy time.
And now I'm planning all these other friend busy times.
I know. You're like, can we do this, guys? Can we do this, guys? Can we do this, guys?
I just like sat down and was like, what are all the things we need to accomplish in December? And it's like, I need to do Christmas with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually do like a little gift exchange / game night or something of just small, because otherwise we'll never get together. I always do a cookie day where I bake cookies for all the members of my family. And last year I had several friends who were like, oh, I'd love to be a part of that. And then COVID and we couldn't. So I'm like, if you want to do cookie day, like we got to organize cookie day. And then there's actual family stuff going on. I'm like, but it's good.
I just have all the Christmas parties in the world to go to, apparently.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we have the fair has a Christmas party. Rush Services does a Christmas party. Western Port's doing a Christmas party. Family, and our families are all broken, so we all do little bits with different people.
Oh, so. Yeah, because everybody's got...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like, I got to do something with Ashley. I got to do something with the friends. I got to do, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot. But we will be back. Right now we're a little behind, so you probably will notice it catch up really fast.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be doing a year in review, which might just be one big episode of like all our knitting and
stitch finishes.
Yeah, cross stitch and everything. And then there might be a break for the Christmas New Year.
Mm-hmm.
That seems, I don't know. We can't, I don't know why I try and say anything in the future. One, you're going to see this so far in the future. And two, like,
we don't know.
Who knows what chaos will bring? Anyway.
Well, you're so organized and planned, and I'm just like, where are we going? What's next? That's just how I live my life. I'm like, Jason, Lauren wants to do something. What all do we have going on? And then he tells me all the parties, and I'm like, oh my God. I didn't know we were doing all that.
If he just left you in the dark and dragged you to a party a week, you wouldn't even notice that it was that bad. But because he told you up front.
The one that was yesterday that I ended up not going, or the one that was Friday that I ended up not going to, I didn't find out about until that week. And I'm like, there's one Friday. I don't know if we're, like, we don't have enough time to get all the things done. Like, you gotta tell me ahead of time because there's things that need done.
And he's like, but I tell you ahead of time, and then like by Thursday you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I am putting stuff in my phone, so I'm trying to get better. I'm not good at it. I'm really not good at it. But that's everything we have, guys. So
we will be back.
Have a good holiday.
Yes, happy holidays.
Bye, guys.